All right, 3, 2, 1. Yes, we are back. Another episode to Dice It Up. You know me, you know Ice. You do know that I'm a huge University of Texas homer. And while my family was probably upset with the result of the game the other night, what a joy it is to watch our guest play basketball. My God. Sarah Andrews,
Thank you.
junior guard from Baylor University. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I thought you were about to say
Sarah, what's
sorry
up,
about what I
fam?
did to your horns, but
Hello. Well, I'm gonna let you get into that. Whenever you ask, we can get into it.
it's all good. It's all good. No. It was a incredible performance, and I feel like every time Texas was about to make a run, Sarah just went off with some crazy shot that I don't think you got a single foul call though on any of those finishes.
I did not think I deserved a few and
Yeah,
ones, but it's
I
okay.
agree. I've said my things on Twitter about the Big 12 officials, but I'll keep it quiet for now. I don't want another conference being mad at me for stuff I say. Anyways, so Sarah, at Baylor, your third year, production is crazy. I mean, you're playing a ton compared to your freshman year on a team that went almost to the national championship. Take me back to what really brought you to Baylor. I mean, I know the year before you got there, they won a national championship. I guess in between COVID years, right? So,
Yes.
what is it about Baylor and Waco for people who don't know about Waco, other than the what's the show that's filmed there?
Chip and Joanne,
Yeah,
the when they do the houses, yes.
yeah. I don't know the show, but Chip and Joanne sounds familiar. So what is it about, what drew you to Baylor?
First and foremost, I think the biggest thing for me was I wanted to be able to play in front of my family. I wanted them
Mm-hmm.
to be able to see me grow as a woman on and off the court. And then second was being away from home. I wanted to have a second family. I wanted to be like, who was I going to lean on when times got rough? Because I knew I wasn't going to be able to run home. So who was I going to lean on when times got rough? And I had also seen what Coach Moki had did with the guards before me. I went to the same high school as Odyssey and Alexis and had the same coaches them. And they were just people that I looked up to. And I saw the great things that she had did with them. And I was like, I want to be a part of that.
Odyssey's numbers at Baylor are like jaw dropping. Like when you go back and look at, and she was defensive player of the year a couple times too, I think.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
I can go down a rabbit hole about Odyssey, but I did not realize y'all went to the same high school.
Yes.
That's nutty. That's a team. So y'all were there. What did y'all cross paths like your freshman year or no?
We did. When I got to high school, she became like a mentor and a big sister to me. And still to this day, like I call her every day. She gives me advice no matter what it is. She tells me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, she's played at the level of where I want to be at.
Yeah, she was hooping at AU this weekend, like just
Yes.
absolutely
Yeah,
dogging.
Yeah, she's putting some
yeah,
numbers up.
Yeah.
yeah. I feel
Um,
like Odyssey is like timeless. Like her game is so timeless. It translates so well over the years. She always finds a way back in the W, always finds a
Mhm.
way to be on a team that's doing well where she needs to play minutes. I feel like that's a really cool mentor for you to have.
Yes, very. Yes, I love her to death.
Yeah.
you get in that
Um,
freshman your Baylor team though. I mean, like I can't. I mean, look, the names on that roster are ridiculous. I mean, it's littered with WNBA players and players who are stars that still at Baylor, like yourself and Caitlin. But Dejanay, who is one of Ice's good friends,
Mhm.
yeah.
Connecticut ties. You got Melissa, and of course our first ever Dice It Up guest, Dee, who we love. Um,
Yeah.
you should ask Sarah. What was the question we asked about that NCAA tournament run?
Oh, just I feel like around this time everybody's getting into tournament time, right? You're preparing for, conference tournaments and just how to make a run, like how to have endurance. I kind of wanted to ask you as, one of the leaders of your team, they depend on you for a lot of different things, both sides of the basketball. How do you have endurance during this time? Like how do you make sure that you and your team aren't fatigued mentally or physically to keep it going?
I think it's about I've matured in that area. You have to learn how to take care of your body. You got to eat right. You got to get the proper sleep, and you have to sacrifice like the things you want to do for the things you need to do. Like, hey, we might want to go out and have fun, but we know we got to get ready and prepare for the NCAA tournament. And it's about going into the tournament. You have to understand everybody's 0-0. Records don't matter at that point. It's about on that night who's playing the best basketball, because anybody can be beat. So I think the biggest thing is about keeping everybody's mindset on, knowing like teams are going to go on runs. It's basketball. It's just about staying together and being connected and just trusting the process.
Yeah. And then what about for you personally? I mean, we've seen you have some crazy big games this season. We've seen you be the Naismith Player of the Week, ESPN Player of the Week, National Player of the Week. Just going into tournament time, you're one of the names that people will know probably, right? Depending on whoever you play. So how do you keep yourself at the top, but also expecting to see a level of pressure and a level of attention no matter who you're going to play?
I think it's like what you said, how my teammates look at me as the leader on the floor. If I look like things are going wrong and I'm worried, then they're going to assume everything's worried. But if I'm staying calm, and they make me a better player and a better person. They find me in spots and make my life easier when they're making layups, when they're getting me open shots. And I think I just feed off of them. And I just want to be the best version of them so we can go out and win. I think it's about, being consistent every night in the tournament. I think, I have to build off this Texas game and just be consistent from here on out.
I love that.
Before we skip over it, I just want to ask if that was a foul on Dejanay in 2021.
Was it a foul? I mean, it was like, I think everybody in the gym saw it, heard it, wanted to call it, and it was for sure a foul.
Yeah, foul. Yeah, I mean, I remember, I told Didi, I was sitting in because everybody, I think, was like kind of pulling for Baylor. Like they just had great vibes, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, obviously UConn has a lot of homers, and we love our UConn fans, but that day on Twitter was great. It was great just seeing everybody kind of rally around referees.
Yes.
Which I do on a daily basis as somebody who watches so many games. I feel like you're playing this year like almost better on the road. Do you have like a certain edge to you about when you go on the road and you know that you don't have the energy of like your fans to back you?
I think so. I think I don't know why, but it's like I love when people in the crowd just get so involved and they're like just talking noise. I feed off of it because you get to send even more people at home upset. Like we just came in your house and beat you. Now we just get to send more people home mad. Like it's just a great feeling. I'm just like, yeah, I like that. Like I just like sending people home mad.
Who in the Big 12 has the most annoying fans?
I'd say Iowa State.
I knew it was going to be Ames. I knew it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Texas with their new gym, it was crazy loud.
Yeah. I mean, it's real tight now.
Yes.
Like an intimate vibe. Yeah. Which means you can hear every comment.
Yeah, I was like, I can't hear for a second. Like they were just yelling. I was like, oh my God, can y'all hear me call the play? But it was just fun.
Yeah. I also too feel like Vic Schaefer just always has good fans. Like I just feel like he has those fans that come and are like, we're gonna say anything. We're gonna be the 11th person, the 11th man. Like I just feel like that's a Vic Schaefer community too. When I played him at Mississippi State, I said the same thing. I was like, these are the worst fans in the entire country. Like my goodness.
Yes.
I wanna jump in and share some of these clips real quick. These second halves in here. No foul, but the changing of not just shooting threes, but 2-pointers here. Another one, that's absolutely a foul. I mean, but Texas was staying close to the majority of this. This one's my favorite. Uses the screen, goes back, reverse. Silly.
Tough.
And then I guess this is another one, but obviously everyone who's watching this game saw this shot, just went nuts over it.
Yeah, that was
absolute dagger. But I want to focus on the next play I'm going to show. I brought it from the first half because I thought it was pretty special to see. And I've seen it a couple times from you this year, but this is after a foul. Freshman commits it. I think it's their second or third. And we see this clear example of leadership. with you going to talk to him.
Mhm.
Yeah, third foul on Bella, who obviously has been playing super great this year. Like,
Yes.
I mean, you're getting a lot of output from your young players, which not every team uh, has to rely on young players like that. So, how do you feel that your freshmen have come along this year, and do you feel that it's your responsibility and you've gotten better at being that leader on the court?
Like you said, our freshmen, I mean, they don't even play like freshmen. If you didn't have it beside their name on the sheet or whatever, I wouldn't know. And they're only going to get better. They've gotten better each and every day. And I think they've been challenged. They've had to guard Diamond Miller. They've had to guard Ashley Jones. They've had to guard so many people. It's not an easy job. And, yeah, it has its ups and downs, but they got to know people have their back, and we're gonna pick them up. Like I just believe in them so much more than what they think sometimes. And right then and there, like you showed that clip, I let Bella know, hey, that was a frustration foul. Just because you missed that layup, don't go pick up your third foul because you're frustrated. We need you on the floor. I don't need you sitting over there on the bench just because you're upset with a foul like that. That was one of those moments where she showed. I was like, hey, that's a freshman move, and you're so much more than that, and we need you on the floor rather than having that foul. And our freshmen are just people that have made me come outside of my shell and lead them in a different way than I've had to do before. I really didn't have to have a voice like that, but this year they've made me, speak up a lot more, be a better leader because they look up to me more than what I know. And it's like we need them in the stretch. And when things go wrong, I'm like, hey, you're good. Like, just calm down. Big games, it's okay. Like, hey, we're good. And I just trust and believe in them and very proud of them.
I
The
love that. I was never
calming
that type of leader.
Yeah.
Never was. I mean, because you think like, okay, coach is gonna go yell at them, but like I think that is such a good I don't know, it's not the shop for the chaser thing in terms of drinking, right? But like it's like, hey, like I don't know, I think hearing that from your teammate probably means a lot more than because you just you're gonna get yelled at for a coach and picking up a foul like that.
Mm-hmm.
But very impressed, just overall poise and everything against a team that is probably one of the best defensive teams in the country at home, and you're basically going to be playing without a starter for the final 8 minutes of the second quarter, and you take a lead in the halftime. I think it starts with that leadership for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like that's point guard college leadership right there. That's
Yes.
how Sarah and I met, but that's next level leadership. But also too, like the best teams, especially tournament time, are player led teams. Coaches do a great job with schemes and making sure that you guys run your stuff and they try to put together get the best game plan. But when you're at tournament time, you've never seen a team before. Your team maybe is down by this much the first time in a few games. It's the player led teams that I feel like end up overcoming those difficulties or being resilient on the court with each other. So, and I think it's great too that you in your leadership also still have room to grow, right? Like you still have years to play. Like it's not perfect, but at the same time, you're seeing improvement in your leadership. And I feel like I like that you said that they made you come out of your shell.
Yes.
I would also, think that your coaches probably love that, just because that what was needed of you was probably less Coach Cohen telling you, hey, I need you to talk more, but more your freshman making mistakes and you being like, I gotta say something now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's dope. How would you describe your game? Like if someone has never seen your game before, we won't do an animal this time because that's what we did last week.
Okay.
But give me 3 words that describe your game.
3 words.
Yeah, take your time. All encompassing 3 words. Dan, are you thinking about yours?
Oh, I'm just thinking about ones for Sarah that I have.
Okay. I like that.
Fun, confident, and memorable.
I love that. Yeah, I was thinking like electric. I feel like you play electric, just like always getting downhill, kind of always on the bounce scoring. And then, like you said, fun, like you smile on the court.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you got to enjoy like this is the best game in the world to play. Like I love when I see players that actually enjoy playing this game. We know that it comes with so much, like just extra pressures and things to do and ups and downs. But like, it's awesome to see players actually on the court playing the game and you can tell they clearly enjoy still playing the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, it was poise. Like, you have been, I mean, Baylor's been a part of a lot of games that like just have crazy swings. I mean, it reminds me that, I mean, y'all went 1-1 against them, but the OU games were like classics. Well, the first one, I feel like y'all got ahead so much at Oklahoma. Then they make a nice run. Almost, I think they tied up in the first half, but then the fourth quarter, you kind of took over. And then I guess it was at home against Baylor. That's a heartbreaker for y'all. Yes. And I'm sure there was like, I mean, yeah, the turnover, that last sequence. I don't know if y'all watched that on film, if Coach made y'all watch it on film, but that had to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it hurts, but that's how you grow.
Yeah.
You got to see it to learn from it. So honestly, that's how you grow. We took it, we swallowed a hard pill and was just ready to play the next game because now you got another chance to go 1-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned that you chose Baylor because you wanted to stay near home. You wanted, a huge family base. What's your family like during games? Like how many come, how many pack the crowd? What are they yelling out from the sides?
I mean, my dad and mom, you could probably put them on the sideline and they think they could be coaches sometime. My brother, he's very chill and laid back, but, he'll get into it. And I'm like, I must be doing something good to get my brother into the game, to get him up and cheer him. But no, overall, my family, I love them like to death. They support me through the ups and downs, the good, the bad. And, no matter what, they got my back. And they come to every home game when they can get a chance. But most of all, they're my biggest fans. Never have to look to anybody else for it because as long as I got them with me, then I'm all good. So, yeah, they're my biggest fans. They can be coaches sometime, but I love them.
Oh, that's awesome.
I feel that. So playing for Coach Collen, what is it about her system and her leadership that really makes this team thrive and makes this team go?
I think what really makes us thrive off of her is she's coached to where we want to be one day. And, it's about trusting the process. It's not going to be pretty all the time. And we know what we do behind closed doors. And, a lot of people look at the losses, but, hey, we know what we do. It's about how do we respond and how do we learn from it. She's prepared us in ways. And, sometimes the other team is just a better team that night. And she's always believing in us. She's never once stopped coaching us after a loss. She's going to continue to coach us through the ups and downs, no matter what it is.
I like that. I was wondering if there's like a certain aspect about her coaching at the next level that adds a little bit of respect and kind of admiration, as far as, just seeing that and knowing like her connections. It's also, I mean, seeing the players that she's developed, including yourself, has to speak volumes. So, I mean, I'm sure I'm leaving out the assistant coaching staff, and I'm sure you have a good staff there as well that works hard in the off season with all of you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I want to get into some non-basketball questions. Give me your top 3 favorite movies.
My top 3 favorite movies would be Love and Basketball.
Classic.
So cliche.
ATL.
Okay. Hey, shout out to T.I. Okay.
And let me think, what would be my third one, like if I had to watch? My third movie, like if I had to watch. Okay, I feel like this is one, like it really is not like my movie, but like you got to hear me out. I would probably say The Color Purple because listen, my mom like used to play that movie so much. I felt like it had to be one of my favorites.
Yeah. I mean, it's a character movie for sure.
Yes.
It's just like I feel like it's just not a great movie to watch over and over and over. Like it's yeah.
I used to be like,
don't criticize her mom.
I know, sorry, Mom.
I mean, but hey, I'm just like, Mom, can we please watch something different? Please.
No, I mean, I feel like everyone's mom has those movies, right? Because I'm thinking about that same scenario. My mom made me watch My Cousin Vinny so many times. My Cousin Vinny and Selena, Latina icon. So got to show love there. But yeah, I appreciate those answers. What's your go-to song right now for getting you hyped before a game?
What's the Drake song? I actually posted it with a video when it was like I had someone tell me I fell off. Ooh, I needed that because
Ooh, bringing
I
it
just felt
back.
I just felt like that's the one. Like that's just how I feel. I feel like people kind of forgot about me. They're like, oh, like she's back, and I just feel like that's the song I need to hear before every game.
Yeah, get you in the mentality. I love
I'm
that.
gonna be real. I don't think too many people have, but I like that you're putting that chip on your shoulder.
If that's what you need to do to drop 30, we forgot about you.
You know what?
Forget about it. I'm like,
that.
okay, cool. Like I'm here though.
I got a game tonight. I think I might listen to it on the way, and if I go off, I'll tweet at you and let you know.
I'm trying to tell you.
I love that. Are you a dessert person? Are you yeah, okay. So what are some of your go-to desserts? I'm all about sugar over here. I literally have my candy stash all the time.
So desserts first, before games, before every game, I'll eat Scooby snacks and some Skittles. Before every game, I'll have 2 packs of Scooby snacks and a pack of Skittles before every game. And then I love like warm chocolate chip cookies and ice cream and cheesecake and cake. Like I'll eat it all. Yeah.
We need to get an NIL Scooby Snacks deal for Sarah Andrews.
Right.
I eat them. I'm telling you, before every game, 2 packs of them.
Well,
how long has that been going on?
Since the beginning of the year. Last year it was what did I eat? Last year I ate M&Ms before every game. Like it was just I gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
But we had Taylor Robertson on from OU, and she was telling us about how in high school she would have Sonic cheese sticks before every high school game.
Oh, I can't do the cheese not before the game.
Yeah, I guess she's not allowed to do that at OU anymore when you get like a full nutrition staff and whatnot. Yeah, I mean I put terrible stuff in my body now. I mean Ice. You're playing professional basketball in Australia and you're eating candy, but like I was never that. So
what is it about the candy? Like, do you feel like you need a little sugar? Like you just kind of need something to calm you down? Like, was it like an AAU thing? I feel like I see kids in AAU all the time and like everybody's eating Sour Patch Kids right before they get on the court. Like, what is it that you feel like you get from the candy right before?
I feel like it's just like it just gets me going, but it's like I feel like I can't switch it up because I've had success from it. So I'm like, you don't change nothing you've been doing. You eat your Scooby snacks and you eat your Skittles. I don't care if your stomach hurt, but you better go on about your day and go out there and do what you gotta do.
I was gonna say, ice cream wise, have you had? I mean, it's definitely expensive and probably overpriced, but it's amazing. And I don't know if it's in Waco, but have you had Jenny's?
Jenny's, no, I've never had Jenny's.
We gotta get. I mean, I don't know the rules with NIL. I don't think I'm allowed to just send Sarah Andrews like Jenny's. Maybe if we just like say that we're friends, then I think I'm allowed. But like Jenny's ice cream, I swear to God, it's like I think it's $10 a pint up here. So like like the Ben & Jerry's size pint, it's $10 a pint, but it's the best ice cream I've had in my life. I swear. There's one on Congress in Austin. I guess you're not playing there anymore, but next time when y'all win in Austin, tell coach to treat the team. Take us out to Jenny's.
Okay, I got you.
What about game day swag? Do you kind of always wear sweats? Are you always chilling? Do you do like your hair and stuff at home, or do you wait till you get to the gym? Like, what's that?
I'm gonna probably walk in with a hoodie on and some shorts or some sweats. Might have my toes out. I might come in with some Jordans on. It's just I'm coming comfortable, and then I'm switching into game mode after that. I don't care how I show up because I just need to win, and so I might come in looking a little crazy.
Where did y'all play earlier this year? Like for your like vacation style tournament?
So we played in Florida.
Okay. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad travel. What's the worst travel you've had to do at Baylor?
Probably Iowa State.
And you do that every year?
Yeah, that's probably the hardest travel. Like, yeah, that flight is long.
Then she finds out next year they're going to Maui or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like flights?
Like I'm good. I'm good on flights until I start feeling the turbulence. Then I'm like, all right, get me back down to the get me back down. I'm done. My stomach starts
Yeah.
turning. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
I was on a flight one of these summers. I was on a flight calling a CBS game. I think I was coming back from Nebraska, and the turbulence started like right away. Like as soon as we got in the air, and the pilot gets on, hey, we're gonna expect some turbulence. Like, please put on your seatbelts, blah blah blah. And it's like going, and I'm like praying at this point. Like I'm gripping onto the what's name. I'm like, Jesus, please, like, come on, please. I just wanted to call the game, like, please. And I just kept thinking, like, we have another hour and a half. It was a connecting flight. Like, we have another hour and a half flight. I won't make it for another hour and a half. Like, people understand 3 minutes of turbulence is a long time. It's a long time to be scared up in the air, nothing underneath you. Normal, it was dark out. I'm just like, this is a long time. Like this is a very it's a very scary place to be in. I feel like when you're in a plane and like turbulence happens, yeah, it's like what am I supposed to believe in right now? Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm there's so many games on right now, and the rest of this week, and it's always weird that the Big 12 tournament is a week later. Is there any player or team that you really enjoy watching, like when you're not playing?
I think just in general, I enjoy watching basketball because I think right now, like everybody's like unexpected. You never know who's gonna win. Sometime on any given night, anybody can be beat. So like I could be on ESPN and I can see somebody 52, and I'm like, oh, let me go watch. Like let me go watch and see what happens. I think I just like fun games because it's like I want to play in an environment like that too. Like it's just fun to watch.
So you love the clutch moments, like when you get to be a part of one.
Yes.
Should have given you the ball against Iowa State both times when it was tied. I was telling her, I was in El Salvador just like getting smacked by my wife like in church, even though I didn't understand any of the sermon in Spanish, just like watching the score ticker because of course like ESPN won't work for me in El Salvador. But that game just killed me and I couldn't watch it. I had to watch it when I got home. But yeah, I mean, clutch moments are, there's a few players that I really trust. And it's hard to build that with a coach, but and it comes with time, obviously, but I feel like you have proven yourself time and time again that in every environment, you're pretty much in control. And as a guard, that's what you look for. So, I'm buying all the Baylor stock going in the tournament. Let them doubt you. Play the Drake in the locker room. Let's get it going.
That's fine. That's fine. Yes.
Yes.
I hear that. I support it.
I literally have never owned a piece of Waco or Baylor gear in my life. I don't think I've ever been to a football game either. But Ice, before you got on, I said next year I'm coming to a game in Waco. I'll be in Texas for like a month.
Yep.
Might even bring Ollie. I got a big dog.
You should.
I'm gonna hold you to that now.
But like you said earlier, though, if we were to get together all of our episodes of our podcast, we've definitely talked to Baylor Bears the most. I don't know how that happened, but I don't know how that happened. But like, yeah, like who else we have talked to that has been from, like we've had Dee Dee, we've had Sarah, and there's been somebody else that had a Baylor connection, and I just feel like, yeah, not that we're biased or anything here, but I'm just, I'm kind of like, yeah, between you guys and Seton Hall, like y'all have flowed up and through, like Dice It Up.
Wait, so y'all still have like live Bears on campus, right?
Yes.
There's there's like 2 live Bears on campus.
That's cool.
What's one? One recently passed away.
Oh God, rest in peace.
Yes.
Shame on me for not knowing that. Not saying
I need you to get better at this Baylor history now.
Yeah. So it's really the Baylor Bear now.
Oh yeah, Baylor Bear.
Wait, do you know the name?
They were Lady and Joy.
Wow. A true.
That's actually adorable.
Here. She knows her Baylor facts. Can't even catch her off guard. How many shows or podcasts have asked you about the names of the Baylor mascot bears?
Just one, and that's y'all.
Ganging them.
So who do y'all have next?
We have West Virginia.
And that's Saturday?
Saturday.
Okay.
At home?
Yes.
I love it. I love it. We get the Diced Up bunch or the Diced Up pump. You know what I mean? And I'm so excited to see Sarah go off against West Virginia. They've actually been playing pretty well lately. They got some shooters, they got some size, but yeah, I mean we don't like home losses in Waco. That's what my future self is telling me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's the best time of the year. I mean, it's the best time where everybody
Yes.
thinks that they're playing their best basketball. They're hyped and ready to go. You talked about having endurance during the stretch and, being a leader. And so it's exciting to see you just be able to rise to the occasion. We know that your team is going to put some people or, you guys are already on the map. So we're just looking forward to it. But thank you so much for joining the podcast. It's great to talk to you. We appreciate just your honesty and talking about your team and your relationship with your coach, and also some fun stuff. Scooby Stacks and Sniddles. If I came to a game, I would bring you that myself personally, but I'll virtually send that to you.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
We're thrilled to have you on. All listeners, Baylor fans, send the Baylor Athletic Department, CC, Sarah Andrews, and Baylor Women's Basketball, send them tons of Scooby Snacks. We got to keep them fed and keep the vibes rolling.
Yes, do that.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.